Every March, WWE rolls out the red carpet for its most important annual event other than WrestleMania. The WWE Hall of Fame is one of the most sacred ceremonies in all of sports entertainment. On this show, we have taken a look at many of the greatest moments in Hall of Fame history. But what exactly is the WWE Hall of Fame? Let's break it down. What is the WWE Hall of Fame? Well, in simple terms, it's an annual ceremony honoring the legends of the business. It's a chance to celebrate the careers of some of the greatest wrestlers, managers, contributors, and more to step foot inside a WWE ring. Each year, new members are inducted into the Hall of Fame, and while each person or group is different, they all share one thing in common: excellence within WWE, or one of its predecessor organizations. In past years, the ceremony has taken place the night before WrestleMania. This year, however, WWE decided to make the Hall of Fame the second night of WrestleMania weekend. That means that on April 2nd, the class of 2023 will be announced. To be clear, being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame is not like being named to another kind of hall. There is no plaque with your name on it somewhere. Instead, the honor is bestowed upon you by WWE. It's also not like a final award from WWE. In fact, a wrestler can be an active competitor and still be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. For example, in 2022, The Undertaker was inducted into the Hall of Fame despite working part-time matches for the company. Since 2014, so then, who can be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Anyone who has made significant contributions to the company. This includes wrestlers, managers, trainers, executives, referees, announcers, valets, guest stars, and even fans. In fact, the first ever inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame was a fan. In 1993, American fan known as Captain Lou Albano was honored for his support of Hulk Hogan during the Hulkamania era. There are actually 3 separate categories of induction. You can be inducted as an individual, or as part of a group, or as a contributor. Most inductees are wrestlers or managers. As such, the vast majority of inductions have been individuals. However, there have been 17 groups inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. These are usually stables like the Four Horsemen or the NWO, but not all groups are created equal. For example, the NWO was inducted as a whole in 2009, but Hulk Hogan and the Four Horsemen were only inducted with the members present at the time of their peak. So if you are a wrestling fan, don't fret if your favorite group isn't complete. There is always the possibility of additional members being inducted in the future. Then there are the contributors. Only 6 people have ever been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as contributors. They are Pete Rose, Drew McIntyre, Dr. Jerry Graham, Linda McMahon, Mae Young, and Pat Patterson. If you want to know more about any of these people, feel free to check out our WWE Hall of Fame playlist linked below. Now, how are people inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? The process starts with WWE reaching out to the individual or group. Once they accept, WWE works with them to plan their induction speech. This is a big deal because the induction speech is supposed to reflect on the career of the inductee. It's supposed to be an emotional speech that helps the audience understand why they are being honored. For example, when Edge was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2021, he brought out his wife, Beth Phoenix. Too much fanfare. Not only that, but he also paid tribute to several friends and rivals throughout his career, including Christian, Mick Foley, The Undertaker, and more. In fact, the speeches are so important that sometimes WWE will let the inductee bring guests to the stage to help deliver the speech. This is actually quite common. Another tradition is that the current WWE champion will present the final inductee of the evening with their trophy. The champion presents the trophy to signify that the torch has been passed to the next generation. Now, you may be wondering where the trophy is at the end of the night. To answer that question, let's take a look at the WWE Hall of Fame inductees list. As mentioned earlier, there are almost 400 names in the WWE Hall of Fame, and over the years, the list has grown pretty confusing. That's because WWE used to have multiple versions of the Hall of Fame. They would induct people into the WWE Hall of Fame, then later create a separate hall for women, and eventually another one for legends. All of those halls have since been discontinued, and today there is only one official WWE Hall of Fame. However, WWE still hasn't cleaned up the list of inductees. For example, if you search China on the WWE website, you get one result. That would be her induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2023. as part of the women's class of 2023. But wait a minute. China was originally inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006. That was under the Legends category. So which one is correct? Well, technically both. You see, WWE has yet to clean up their website and remove all the previous Hall of Fames. And to be honest, it's probably best that they don't. After all, it shows how much WWE has evolved over the years. If you go back to some of the early WWE Hall of Fame ceremonies, you'll see that the list of inductees is mostly comprised of wrestlers from the 80s and 90s. Over time, though, WWE has begun honoring more recent superstars. In fact, since 2021, all three classes of the Hall of Fame have consisted of active wrestlers. Edge and Christian were inducted in 2021, followed by The Undertaker and John Bradshaw Layfield in 2022, and finally, Rey Mysterio and the LA Knight in 2023. How long does it take a wrestler to be eligible for the Hall of Fame? Well, there is no set amount of time. Every situation is different. Some wrestlers have been eligible for decades, while others have only waited a few years. For example, Lita was eligible for the WWE Hall of Fame in 2006, but didn't get in until 2014. On the flip side, Drew McIntyre was eligible in 2018, but was inducted just 5 years later. WWE's decision on who gets inducted is based on several factors. How popular was the wrestler during their heyday? How good was the wrestler inside the ring? Did they contribute to the overall success of the company? While no two wrestlers are alike, there are some names who seem to be locks for the WWE Hall of Fame. That includes The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Bruno Sammartino, Ric Flair, and many more. At this point, it's simply a matter of when they will be inducted, not if. So that's what the WWE Hall of Fame is all about. It has a chance for WWE to honor the people who helped make the company what it is today. It's an opportunity for fans to look back and reminisce about the golden eras of wrestling. And it's a humbling experience for the wrestlers who are lucky enough to be selected. Are you excited for the WWE Hall of Fame this year? Who do you think will be inducted? Let us know your thoughts.